Hey guys, welcome back to Objective Reviews. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look in the Music app on iOS 10. If you have already updated to iOS 10, you may have noticed that the Music app has gotten a bold makeover. The typography is much more stronger than the previous version where it was a lot more subtle and supportive. You may have also noticed that the new app has much more artwork all up front instead of being hidden and in the background as compared to when it was in iOS 9. Now these are very good changes and makes the app feel a lot more playful, a lot more enjoyable and a lot more organic. First up, we have the For You tab, wherein Apple Music recommends music for you based on music that you've previously liked. Now this is very interesting as now you have a lot more content that Apple Music will recommend you. Now this may be slightly different if this is the first time you've started using Apple Music, but not the case. Once you use it more frequently and start liking more music, Apple Music is going to get a little better every single time you do that and start suggesting much more relevant music to you in this tab. If you scroll further down in the For Me tab, you have a new section called the Today's Hits, or otherwise also titled as, well, on my phone right now, Thursday's Albums. Now this is a new section, and what this does is it recommends you some very good music for that day. Now as you may have already guessed, it changes every single day. So if you're the kind of person who likes to discover new music every day, well, this section is definitely going to help you a lot. Further down, we have the artist spotlights, where Apple Music is going to suggest you new artists you should check out. You can check them out. If you like their music, great, you can go and like their music, which we'll see how to do that in a couple of minutes. Now when you like their music, Apple is going to suggest you similar songs or songs from the similar artist or the same artist in your next day's For You tab. And then further down you have the new releases, and if you've been wondering where did Apple Music Connect go, well, it's right towards the bottom in the For You tab. Well, it seems like Apple is kind of phasing out Connect. I'm not really sure what their intentions are, but given where it is positioned right now, that does seem to be the case. As always, you can like, comment and share any of these Connect posts from the artists you are following. Coming down to the Browse section, it is by far my favorite section in the entire app. There is so much more new content here every single day, except for the Top Hits playlist, which has a lot of songs repeating over and over again. But hey, you can't blame the songs if they're that good, right? So in there you have the new music section as well as the curated playlists and what seems to be videos. Now I personally haven't checked this out, so I'm going to get back to you on that in maybe one of the subsequent videos. So stay tuned for that. Then as always, like I just said, you have your top charts with really great music, and yet we still have Closer by the Chainsmokers still trending on number 1. Next up is radio. Now this is my second most favorite section in the app, and I constantly listen to the Beats radio whenever I'm working. It's really great, especially given the fact that it's 24 hours. So if you've been missing out and waiting to get an Apple Music subscription, this alone justifies the cost. Now because I'm in India, you have a lot more other options such as the Bollywood radio, and then you have the Tamil radio and the Kannada radio and so on. So there's a lot more regional content in here as well, so you're never really left out when you're trying to find the music to get you in the groove. Now last but not least, you have the search section. Now the search section is, well, pretty obvious. You search for songs, but what Apple is also going to do is when you search for songs, it's also going to show you playlists the song is already in, created by other users or by them. So this is pretty useful. So think about this scenario. You're at a party and you know one of your favorite songs, but you don't want to go through the hassle of sitting there just by yourself and creating a playlist based on that song. Well, what you can do is select one of the playlists the song appears in and just play that playlist. Play that playlist, blah blah. Well, you get the point. So what effectively is happening is you get to play your favorite song and all other songs similar to that one, so you're always in the groove when you're at that party. Oh, and here's an interesting bit. Now they have added trending searches, so you can check what other people are searching for most commonly, and maybe you're also interested in it, or a friend told you, hey, check out this song, but you don't know exactly what to search for because you maybe forgot. You can just come to the search section and it will probably be there. So let's talk about the Now Playing tab. Now whenever you start playing a song, there's a bottom bar that's going to come up on your screen and it is going to show you the album artwork, the song's name and the artist. Now you can tap on it or swipe it up and it's going to nicely transition into the full view mode, and out there you're going to see the full screen or the full artwork, the name of the song and the artist, as well as your playback controls and the sound seeker. Here you can also start downloading the app down to your local drive as long as you're subscribed to Apple Music. And you can also change where you're playing back the song, for example your headphones, or if you have an Apple TV on the same network as your phone right now, well, you're going to get that option down there as well as a couple of other options like deleting it from your library if you've already downloaded it, adding it to a playlist, your own playlist, creating a station from it, what I was just talking about, or share the song with your friends and family. Well, you can also love or dislike the song. I don't know why it's not like and dislike, and Apple chose love and dislike, but well, you get the point. It's basically like and dislike. So you can love it and Apple is going to start recommending you songs based on your likes. Now Apple has added a lot of 3D touch actions throughout the app, so whenever you're using an app, just go ahead and try to see if it is 3D touchable, and it probably will be. So let's take a quick example. So you can go to the For You tab and tap on the My Favorites mix, and you will see that it's my favorite mix. It says Apple Music for Nikhil, and I can add it to my library, I can add it to a playlist, I can queue it for playing next. If I already have a queue running, I can share the playlist with someone, or again then I can love or dislike this playlist, so Apple's recommendation engine will get better. And the interesting bit here is that if you leave or raise your finger once you've initiated the 3D touch action, it just stays there, and that's actually really beautiful. I absolutely love that. So I don't have to keep it pressed. I can actually just initiate that action and then take a next action without having to, put a lot of pressure on my thumb. Anyways, back to the topic. So there's a lot of 3D touch actions available throughout the app, so go ahead and try them if it's supported on your device. Now on the For You tab, you can tap on your display picture, and from there you can see your profile and you can choose artists for you. So this is what is basically done during the initial setup of Apple Music. So that's, if you want to change that now, you can change that. Then you can find more artists and curators, and you can redeem some codes if you have one of those iTunes store codes, if people still use that. And then you can finally view your Apple ID. So that's it basically for account. Now here are a few things that you should be aware of. There's a bug back in iOS 9 where if you had local music and you were using Apple Music, a lot of it used to get mixed up and screwed up and jumbled, and then your local music used to get deleted, or your Apple Music saved songs used to get deleted, or both used to be deleted and you had to redo the whole thing and sync and everything. Well, that's no longer happening. That did happen to me towards the end of iOS 9, and that is no longer happening. Local music, Apple Music, everything plays well together, and radio also works perfectly even when streaming over 3G. So that's a great thing. So here are my 2 quick thoughts about the new music app in iOS 10. Number 1, in some places the font is too damn bold. I really don't like it. I would have preferred a regular weighted font or something like that, just anything else except this bold mess that is on my screen. And number 2, now as I see it, a lot of the stuff that's happening in the app now is based on you having an active Apple Music subscription. If you don't have it, well, majority of the app is basically rendered useless. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs are just absolutely useless if you don't have an Apple Music subscription. But talking about it, if you still don't have it and you've been waiting to get one, I would highly recommend you do get it, because you're going to absolutely love it. If you listen to a lot of music on your phone when you're out or at your work, or even when you're at home and you're just playing to some Bluetooth speakers, or just you have your headphones plugged in. So whichever the case may be, if you're still waiting to get on this train, jump aboard right away. Well, that was it guys. That was the in-depth review of the music app in iOS 10. Well, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you down in the comments. Cheers! Holy shit, there's a Star Wars playlist.